This conference will now be recorded.
Hello students, I'm Dr. Divya from TeenEinstein. So here, this is the new chapter number 14, Natural Resources, Part 1. So we know that our planet, our Earth, that is the only one in which life is existing, right? And we know this life that is depending upon many factors, right? For our life, just think about our life. We cannot live in extreme conditions, isn't it? So we need a correct life situation to live our life. So about that we are going to discuss in this chapter, natural resources. So mainly we are going to discuss in this about air, water, minerals, then biogeochemical cycles. So these are the main things which we are going to discuss in this chapter. So we know about life, what is life, and only on earth the life is existing, and what are the conditions which are supporting this life, or for the existence of life, what are all supporting. So about that we are going to discuss in this chapter. So for that we need to discuss about air and water, minerals, then biogeochemical cycles, how these gaseous cycle and all, how it is existing, or how the life is getting managed by all these things. Okay, so let's move to our chapter. So we said the resources which are available on the earth, resources, the available resources on earth, and the solar energy plus solar energy, these are the two things which are helping to exist life on earth. Clear? So these are the most important things, the resources available on the earth and the energy from sun. These are very important things, or these are very necessary to meet the basic requirements of all life forms on earth. These are the basic requirements for existence of life, right? So many resources are available on earth, like natural resources and solar energy. These both are the basic requirements, and these two things are helping for the existence of life on earth. Okay, then let's see what are the resources on the earth. So which are the main resources on earth? Land. We need a space to live, right? So that is land. And water. Then air. These are the main resources which are helping for life, right? So the outer crust of earth, that is called as lithosphere. Outer crust of earth, that is called as lithosphere. Okay, the outer crust of earth, that is called as lithosphere. And we know that earth's surface 75% is covered by water, right? So water covers 75% of Earth's surface, and this water that is also present underground. Underground presence is also there. Underground water presence is also there. So that forms, or these presence of water, it is covering 75% of Earth, and underground water presence is also there. This forms the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere. Okay. And next comes air. We said land, water, and air. Land, that comes the, or it is called as the outer crust of Earth. Outer crust of Earth is called as lithosphere. That forms the land. Then Earth's surface 75% is covered by water, and water is present underground also. So that forms hydrosphere. Next is air. So let's see that air that covers whole of the Earth. Okay, the air that is covering the Earth like a blanket. Like a blanket, it covers the Earth. Okay, and that is called as atmosphere. Okay, so Earth is covered by air like a blanket. How a blanket covers our body, like that air covers the Earth. So that is called as atmosphere. And where these three, like lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. Okay, lithosphere, presence of land, hydrosphere, presence of water, then atmosphere, presence of air. So all these three, where all these three are found, there living things can exist. Living things can exist where lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere are present. So these are the life supporting zone of Earth, where the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, and the lithosphere interact and make that life possible. That is called as biosphere. Okay, lithosphere is present, hydrosphere is present, atmosphere is present, and all these three, lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, all these three are interacting and helping for the presence of life forms. And they are making the hydrosphere, lithosphere, and atmosphere interact each other, and they are making life possible. That is called as biosphere. Okay, that is called as biosphere. Okay, so what and all we said? Land, water, and air. These are the resources, right? So the outer crust of Earth, that is called as lithosphere. Then Earth's surface, 75% of Earth's surface is covered by water, and underground water presence is also there. That is called as hydrosphere. Then air. Air covers the Earth like a blanket, and that is called as atmosphere. So this lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, all these, the presence of all these, their life can exist. Okay, if these three things are present, there the possibility, there the chances are more, living things can exist there. Okay, when these three, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, all these three are interacting, and that is making living things possible, or They are giving a chance to exist the living things in that situation, in that condition. That is called as biosphere. Okay. Then living things. Living things means that is the biotic component of biosphere. Biotic component of biosphere. Biosphere, we know, lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. These three are interacting, and there it is making the living things possible, or life forms possible. That is called as biosphere. So biosphere is having a biotic component and abiotic component. The living things, they are forming the biotic component of biosphere. Then what about the abiotic component? Abiotic component. Abiotic component of biosphere, there, that is non-living things. Non-living things. Which are the non-living things? Air, water, and soil. Air, water, and soil. These are the non-living things. So living things constitute the biotic component of biosphere. Air, water, and the soil, that forms the non-living or abiotic component of the biosphere. Okay. So first, we need to study about the abiotic component in detail, because that makes us to understand the role in sustaining life on Earth. Okay, so we need to study this in detail: air, water, and soil, about these non-living things and how it is helping in the existence of life forms on Earth, that we need to learn. So living things are the biotic components of biosphere. Then non-living things are the abiotic components of biosphere. Which are the abiotic components? Air, water, and soil. These are the abiotic components of biosphere. Okay. So first, let's learn about air, the breath of life. Okay. So we know that air, see here you can see air is covering Earth like a blanket, right? Or the atmosphere that covers Earth like a blanket, right? So air, we know that air is a mixture of many gases. Air is a mixture of many gases. Which and all they? Nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, carbon dioxide, then water vapor. So carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, then water vapor. These are all mixed in air. And it's very important that, see, these and all, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, all these are present in a particular composition. Okay. See, it's not present like however it want. The composition is perfect. It is in a perfect composition. That's why the existence of life, or that makes the result of life on Earth. Okay. See, think about other planets like Venus, Mars. There no life is known to exist, right? So the major component of the atmosphere that is found to be carbon dioxide there, where in other planets, in atmosphere, major components that is found to be carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide means it is difficult for life forms to exist there, right? So now researchers are going on in planets like Mars, Venus and all. No life is known to exist. What is the major reason? Because the major component of the atmosphere that is found to be carbon dioxide. Okay. So in fact, this carbon dioxide, there the atmosphere is, or that is having 95 to 97% of carbon dioxide. Okay, so that is not possible for life forms to exist. As per current study, the current existing life forms, or the existing life forms which we can see on Earth, for them, carbon dioxide existence in this carbon dioxide rich situation, it is difficult, right? So that's why we are saying on Earth only the life forms are present because of all these reasons. Atmospheric composition is very important. So atmosphere that covers Earth like a blanket, and air. Air is a mixture of different types of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor and all. So on Earth, you can see that is the speciality of Earth. On Earth, you can see this air composition of this carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, all these things, they are in a particular composition or definite percentage of each component you can see. But what about other planets? In other planets, the atmospheric composition is different. Majority is carbon dioxide, 95 to 97% of carbon dioxide you can see in that atmosphere. So there, the existing forms, which the life forms which are existing on Earth, in that composition, like major component is carbon dioxide. It's around 95 to 97%. So in that condition, these kind of life forms are not able to exist. That's the main reason. Clear? So that's why other planets are not having life forms. Okay. Then we need to say that see, we have already learned about prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, right? So this prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, all these cells, they need which one? Oxygen, right? They need oxygen for what? To break down the glucose molecule and to get energy, and for all their activities, they need oxygen, right? So that is resulting. They need oxygen to break down glucose molecule and to get energy for their activities. And as a result of their activities, that breaking down activities, that is resulting in the production of carbon dioxide, that there the making of carbon dioxide is happening, or release of carbon dioxide is happening. Then another process is there where the consumption of oxygen is taking place. Okay, so human activities, their consumption of oxygen is taking place and the production of carbon dioxide is taking place. So that just that includes not just human activities like the burning of fuels to get energy. Okay, so such human activities are also there. Human activities are there, then burning of fuels, there the carbon dioxide is getting produced. Here, the percentage on Earth, we are saying. On Earth, percentage of this carbon dioxide in atmosphere. See, in the atmosphere, in our atmosphere, the percentage of carbon dioxide, that is, or that percentage, how we are managing or how it is getting maintained in two ways. Green plants, what green plants will do, they will convert carbon dioxide into glucose in the presence of sunlight. Okay, they will do photosynthesis, right? Photosynthesis. So in that, what is happening? Carbon dioxide is getting converted. Solar energy, in the presence of solar energy, the carbon dioxide is getting converted into glucose. Okay, and in marine animals, what is happening? In marine animals, they use carbonates dissolved in seawater to make their shells. Okay, marine animals, they make shells. How? Dissolved carbonates, which are dissolved in the marine water, the carbonate forms which are dissolved in marine water, they are utilizing, these marine animals are utilizing the carbonate forms, different forms of carbonate which are dissolved in that marine water to make their shells. Okay, so that's how the carbon dioxide percentage is getting managed. So green plants are doing photosynthesis, right? So photosynthesis is done in the presence of solar energy, and there the carbon dioxide is getting converted into glucose, and that is utilized for energy, right? What about the marine animals? Marine animals are utilizing different dissolved form of carbonates, and they are making their shells. Okay, then now we need to learn the role of the atmosphere in climate control. Role of the atmosphere, role of the atmosphere in climate control. Climate control. See, we have learned that atmosphere is covering the earth like a blanket, right? Atmosphere covers the earth, right? And we know that this air, that is a bad conductor of heat. Air. Air is a bad conductor of heat. It's not good in the conduction of heat. And the atmosphere keeps the average temperature of earth like fairly, it is keeping in a steady state during the day and even during the course of whole year. Okay, so the atmosphere prevents the sudden increase in temperature during the daylight hours, and during the night it slows down the escape of heat into outer space. Okay, so how atmosphere is controlling? See, we said air is a bad conductor of heat. So what atmosphere will do? Atmosphere that keeps the average temperature of the earth. Okay, keeps the average temperature in a steady state. Okay, almost in a steady state, it is maintaining the average temperature during day and during the course of whole year. Okay, it's maintaining the temperature, the average temperature, or it is keeping the temperature in a steady state manner. Okay, and atmosphere is preventing a sudden rise or fall in the temperature. Okay, sudden increase in the temperature during the daily hours. Okay, it is preventing the sudden increase in the temperature. Even it is a sunny day, whatever it may be, it is preventing the sudden increase in the temperature. Okay, and during night time, this is for daytime. Okay, and during night time, what will happen? It slows down the escape of heat into outer space. Escape of heat into outer space. This is during night time. See, daytime solar energy will be coming, so that will provide heat also, right? But night time sun won't be there, so what will happen? Slowly earth will cool down. But that time also what we need a minimum heat, right? So what atmosphere will do? Atmosphere slows down the escape of heat into outer space, right? If the temperature level is completely going down, what will happen? So this atmosphere is preventing the escape of heat into outer space, or it is slowing down that process. Okay, atmosphere, we said, that is a bad conductor of heat, so it is always trying to maintain average temperature. Okay, so average temperature is getting maintained with the help of this atmosphere. See, just think about the moon. That moon is almost about the same distance from the sun that the earth is. Okay, there is no atmosphere, so the temperature range is from 190 to 110 degrees centigrade. Clear? So atmosphere is helping to maintain a temperature range or temperature in a steady state way on earth. Okay, so the presence of atmosphere, that is always helpful. So that is making, or that atmosphere covers earth like a blanket. It is preventing the sudden increase in the temperature or sudden fall in the temperature. So it is helping the earth to maintain the temperature range. Okay, next is about movement of air. movement of air. Movement of air, that is called as wind. That is a wind. See, sometimes we know that weather will be so hot, right? Some days hot weather will be there, right? If whole day is a sunny day, what will happen? We'll feel like, okay, if some evening breezes after a hot day, we'll feel like so cool, right? That is somewhat different effect. So and some days we'll get rain. So after a whole day hot weather, breeze, a little breeze, that gives a cooling effect, right? And sometimes we'll get rain, right? After a hot weather, really some days we are getting a little rain, that will be having a special effect or a cooling effect. So what causes the movement of air? What causes movement of air? That's a question. And what is deciding whether this movement, the movement of this air, that is in the form of a gentle breeze or a strong wind or a terrible storm, so what brings us rain? Which type of movement of this wind that brings rain? See, what causes the movement of rain, or what is determining the movement of this air? Okay, and in which form it should move? This is another question. And what brings rain? Which type of movement brings rain? See, the movement of air, that may be like a simple and gentle breeze, right? Sometimes we used to hear that storm. So how it is forming? And sometimes like strong wind, right? So it will be like a terrible storm, strong wind, or a gentle breeze. So in which form it should come? What is deciding that? And which type of movement, what brings us the welcome rains? Okay, so all these phenomenons, all these like storm or wind or breeze, whatever it may be, all these are a result of changes that is taking place in our atmosphere. Okay, so if it is a wind, breeze, or storm, all these are due to changes in atmosphere. Okay, changes in the sense, what we can say, changes which is happening due to heating of air, due to heating of air and the formation of water vapor. Okay, these are the reasons. So wind may come, breeze or storm, anything, all these are forming due to the changes in atmosphere. Some changes are happening in the atmosphere. Okay, and these changes are due to the heating of air and the formation of water vapor. Sometimes it may be due to the formation of water vapor, sometimes more heating may happen, so water vapor formation will be more, and sometimes it will be less. So depending on that condition, all these things are happening. Water vapor, that is formed due to the heating of water bodies and the activities of living organism. Okay, so we said water vapor is forming, right? How this water vapor is forming? Due to the heating of heating of water bodies. Means sometimes it will be like extreme sunny conditions. So water bodies will get heated, right? And another reason which we can say is due to the activities of living organism. Activities of living organisms. Okay. So atmosphere can be heated from below by the radiation. So how atmosphere is getting heated? How it is happening? How atmosphere is getting heated? We said water vapors are forming due to the heating of water bodies and due to the human activities, or due to the activities of a living organism, we said. So how atmosphere is getting heated? That's the next question. So atmosphere is getting heated from below by the radiations which is reflected back or re-radiated by the land or the water bodies. Okay. So already solar radiations are coming. Radiations are coming. Those are reflecting. So due to the radiations which is reflected back reflection of that radiation, for that re-radiated by the land or the water bodies. Okay. So due to the reflection or re-radiation by the land or the water bodies, atmosphere is getting heated, right? See here, just with a simple example, if you are placing a candle in a beaker, we are keeping a candle in a beaker, okay, which is having a wide mouth bottle, and or in a wide mouth bottle we can keep it. Then we are lighting that, okay. Then afterwards, light an incense stick and take it to the mouth of the above bottle. In your textbook, they are clearly explaining about some activity. Like first, you need to take a wide mouth bottle or a beaker, then keep a candle inside that, then lighten that candle. Okay. Then next one is like light an incense stick and take it to the mouth of the above bottle. See, if you are keeping a beaker like this, here you are lighting a candle. Okay. Then on that incense stick you are taking, and this is also, you have lightened this also, and which way does the smoke flow when the incense stick is kept near the edge of the mouth? If you are keeping near the edge of the mouth, in which way that air will or the smoke will flow? When the incense stick is kept just above the candle, which way does the smoke flow? That we need to check. And which way does the smoke flow when the incense stick is kept in another region? So we need to check that when we are keeping above and we are keeping little above the candle, and when we are keeping the incense stick in another place or another region, how the smoke is flowing. So there will be different patterns. You can see different patterns. You can see the smoke flow. Smoke shows the different directions in which hot and cold air move. Okay, so in the similar way, so here different patterns you can see the movement of that smoke. Okay, so these patterns revealed by the smoke, that is showing us the directions in which hot and cold air is moving. In similar way, when air is heated, so this experiment about heating of air, about that we are learning. So in the same way, when air is heated by radiation, air that is getting heated by radiation, right? So radiation from the heated land or water, it rises. Okay, so when air is getting heated by radiation from the heated land or heated water, it rises. But you know that land gets heated faster than water. Land gets heated faster than water. This is very simple. See, uh, in the afternoons, if you are sitting on a rock, it will be hot or you will not be able to walk. But near to that, a pond is there. Just try in that water. It will be cool only, right? So that's the difference between water and land. So the air over the land also be heated faster than the air over the water bodies. Okay, so the air which is present over the land, that also will get heated fast compared to the air which is present over the water bodies. So if you look at the situation in the coastal region during the day, the air above the land, that gets heated faster and that heat will get started rising. So when the air rises, the region of low pressure is created and the air over the sea, that moves into this area of low pressure. Okay, so what is happening? Their movement of air from one region to the other region. Movement of air from one region to one region, movement of air from one region to other region, that is called as wind, right? So what is happening? When the air rises, a region of low pressure is created and the air over the sea moves into this area of low pressure. Okay, so the movement of air from one region to the other region, that is creating, the air is moving from one region to other region, that is called as wind, right? So during day, the direction of wind would be from the sea to the land during daytime. During day, direction of wind, that is, that would be from sea to land, sea to land. Okay, during daytime. Okay, and what about night time? During night, direction of wind. So night time, you know, both land and sea start to cool. So the water also cools down slower than the land. So the air above the water would be warmer than the air above land. right? So what is happening during night time? Both land and sea start to cool. Both land and sea start to cool. Both places will start to cool because sun is not there, right? But here the point is water cools down slower than the land. Water cools down slower than the land. Okay. And the air above the water would be warmer than the air above the land, because water is cooling down slower compared to the land. So air above water, that will be warm compared to air above land. Okay. So what you can say about this? All the movements of air resulting in diverse atmospheric phenomena that are caused by uneven heating of the atmosphere. Okay, on different regions of a different temperature condition will be there. So that diverse atmospheric phenomena, diverse or different atmospheric phenomena, all these are caused by uneven heating. Uneven heating. Okay, due to that, diverse phenomena are caused. Uneven heating of atmosphere in different regions of Earth. But there are so many other factors which are influencing these wind and the rotation of the Earth and the presence of mountain region in the path of the wind. See, rotation of Earth, other situations or other things which are influencing this atmospheric phenomenon. One is rotation of Earth, and while moving there will be some kind of hindrance in that path, right? What we call it as, like, some if wind is moving, rotation of Earth is one factor. Which are the other factors which is influencing the wind? One is rotation of Earth, and next one is the presence of mountain in the path of wind. Okay, in the path of wind is flowing from one region to another region, and in between that flow there is a mountain. Presence of mountain is there, means that flow is getting disturbed, right? So there are a couple of these factors, like, which are making variations. Okay. So now we are not learning in this ninth standard, we are not learning about all these factors, how it is affecting the flow of air and all. We are not learning in detail. That you will learn later. Okay. So about air, what and all we have learned in today's class, like what are the main resources on the earth. Like, we have learned that water, air and the land, these are the main resources, and we have learned about water that covers 75%, that is called as hydrosphere. Then lithosphere is there, land. Then atmosphere, air. So air, which is a breath of life, air is the breath of life. So about that we have learned. Green plants are converting carbon dioxide into glucose in the presence of sunlight. Then many marine animals, they are making different forms of carbonate into sea, which is dissolved in seawater to make their shells. So that's how the percentage of this atmosphere, why on earth earth life is possible, due to the percentage of different types of gases, right? So here that is in a particular composition. But what about the other planets? There the atmospheric composition is different. Carbon dioxide is more, 95 to 97% carbon dioxide. In that condition, life forms are not possible. The existing life forms are not able to live in such a high carbon dioxide concentration. Okay, so that's why on Earth life is possible. Then in climatic control, the role of atmosphere we had discussed now, and the movement of air, which is called as wind, how it is moving from one place to another place, and what is the if uh, role of pressure difference in that movement, and if there are other factors which are influencing the movement of this air. What is that? One is rotation of air, and next one is the presence of mountain in the path of wind. Okay, and sometimes these different forms are there, like sometimes it will be like a gentle breeze, sometimes it will be like a strong wind, and sometimes it will be like a storm which is destroying everything, right? So that's why these are the different forms of air. Okay, so how these things are happening, all these are based on the movement and the heating effect on earth. Okay, so human activities may come, and the reflected radiation that also may heat earth. So there are different reasons for that. So that's what we are learning in 9th standard. We are learning about the air. So in the next class, we will be learning about rain. Okay, thank you.